Hey, everybody. I just wanted to stop in really, really quickly and have a quick conversation about a conversation that I had earlier this morning. I had an opportunity to hang out and be on a podcast this morning, and the topic was procrastination. And I was like, wow, it is very interesting that we're having a conversation about something that I used to do on a regular basis, procrastinate. And as I've grown over time and come to realize that procrastination is really just all about fear. It's all about being afraid to step up to the plate and do the doggone thing. Now, why are you afraid to do the doggone thing? Well, there's so many reasons. You're afraid of what somebody might say. You're afraid of what somebody might say about what you look like. You're afraid of what might happen. You're afraid that it actually might work. Isn't that something? How often should we even be afraid of why something works? If it works, it works. But a lot of times, then that means that I brought attention to myself. Now I got to either continue this thing because I can no longer just drop it. Because now that I know that I can do it, I got to keep doing it, right? So it's always interesting when you hear people talk about procrastination. And I was the premier procrastinator. I was the person that was in school. I waited to the absolute last minute to write the paper. I've been knowing about the paper probably since the beginning of the class when they gave us the syllabus. Did I even begin at that time? Absolutely not. Why should I? When I could procrastinate and drive myself crazy the last night and have to do it all in one night. So you stay up all night trying to do all the stuff that you could have done a long time ago. So sometimes procrastination shows up in the form of laziness. I just don't want to do it. But what it does is it gives you anxiety because at the end, you got to do double work and you got to work harder than you would have worked if you had done it at the very beginning. So, why procrastinate? I heard someone say that procrastination is arrogance, believing that you're going to be here tomorrow, the next day, or whenever to get it done. What happens if God calls your name? Then you still didn't get it done. The other thing that I said about procrastination is there is somebody that's waiting on you, your voice, your idea, your thing, or just you in general. So that when you procrastinate, you delay somebody else's movement. Someone is waiting on your voice. And since you've decided to procrastinate, they might just miss it. Have you ever thought about that that's your responsibility now? I'll let you marinate on that. It's just like when I first got saved, I didn't realize that all the people that I talked to when I first got saved and from that point on up until today, I had a responsibility to talk to them about God, about the Jesus that I serve. I didn't catch on to that. So there's a lot of folk that I think and I believe that I had a responsibility to, and I didn't take my responsibility serious enough to talk about it. Those people could have been waiting for my voice. They could have waited for my story, or they could have been waiting for my story so that they could see that this thing really is possible for them. Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever thought about the responsibility that we have that can be messed up by procrastination? I never thought about it before. But baby, once I got it, it was a whole wrap. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to ask you, do you know him? And can I tell you that the best thing that ever happened to me was I had a mother that brought her babies into the clinic to get their immunizations, or rather to get their shots, right? So she had a baby that was getting shots, and she had a 3-year-old with him that was caught up, so he wasn't going to get any shots, but he was so cute. He was the cutest little blonde-headed fella you'd ever seen. He walks up to me as I'm documenting his sister's stuff, and he says to me, "Do you know Jesus?" I looked at him and I said, "I sure do." And he said, "Okay." And I thought, a baby at 3 years old can ask me, "Do I know Jesus?" And his mom even talked about how sometimes she was even convicted by his ability to walk up to anybody, anywhere, at any time and ask them, "Do you know Jesus?" So, what is there in you that's in your mouth that you have been procrastinating about and you did not share with someone that was in your presence that you were supposed to share with because you were procrastinating and you say, "I'll tell them next time"? What happened if you don't see them next time? You may have caused them to stumble, or you may have caused them to miss the thing that they were supposed to do after you gave them what you have been chosen to share. So, with that being said, how about we're going to stop procrastinating? We're going to step up and step out and do what it is that we've been called to do. We're going to do the thing that God has given us to do and stop putting it off until tomorrow. I'm not just preaching to you, I'm preaching to myself too. So we're going to do better and we're not going to procrastinate as much because I don't know about you, but I got enough blood on my hands to last me a lifetime. And heaven knows I don't want any more. So, with that being said, take care, have a great day, and stop procrastinating. Bye bye.